Hello everyone, welcome to the Cinematic Spellbook channel. In this video, we're going to check out 8 exciting and must-watch movies together. Number 8, The Devil All the Time.
It is our delusion that lead us to sin.
The story of this film takes place in rural areas of Ohio and West Virginia, following several interconnected narratives that unfold between the 1940s and 1960s. The main character is a young boy named Arvin, who has had a difficult childhood. His father returns from the war emotionally broken and becomes obsessively religious. He begins to act strangely and ultimately sacrifices himself, believing it's what God wants from him. After his parents' deaths, Arvin goes to live with his grandmother and grows up alongside a little girl named Lenora. The town's new preacher appears to be devout, but in reality, he's deeply disturbed and perverse. He takes advantage of girls and hides behind religious rhetoric. Meanwhile, a married couple goes on a killing spree, picking up drivers or travelers, befriending them, then murdering them and photographing the scenes. It's like a twisted psychological game for them. The town's sheriff is also corrupt, focused on power and re-election, covering up crimes and engaging in illegal activities. Amid all this darkness, Arvin tries to be a good person, but surrounded by cruelty and injustice, he's eventually forced to resort to violence to protect himself and Lenora. The film explores how some people exploit religion for their own ends and how unresolved pain can turn people into monsters. Number 7, The Rhythm Section. The story is about a young woman named Stephanie, whose family was killed in a plane crash. But later, she discovers that it wasn't just an accident, it was a calculated bombing. From that moment on, Stephanie's life falls apart. She becomes addicted, drifts through the streets of London, and loses all hope, until a journalist tells her that the plane crash was intentional and that a man named Reza planted the bomb. When that journalist is murdered, Stephanie realizes how serious the situation really is and decides to take revenge. She seeks out a former MI6 agent to train her, teaching her everything from hand-to-hand combat and shooting to changing identities and disappearing without a trace. From there, Stephanie, now using the alias Petra, sets off to track down everyone involved in the bombing plot. Number 6, The Lovebirds.
These people are super dangerous and they're really powerful.
The story of this film is about a couple named Gibran and Leilani, who have been together for about 4 years. But their relationship has lost its spark, they constantly argue and eventually decide to break up. Right in the middle of this breakup, they're driving somewhere when a strange accident happens. A man on a bicycle crashes into their car, and suddenly another man jumps into their car, claiming to be a cop. Then, using their car, he chases down the cyclist and brutally runs him over. Now, Gibran and Leilani are left standing in the street with a dead body, and they're terrified the police will think they're the murderers. So they panic and run. From this point on, the story turns into a kind of crime comedy, as the couple takes matters into their own hands and tries to track down the real killer. Number 5, Horse Girl.
This is crazy.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense.
Sarah.
This film is about a girl named Sarah who is quiet, lonely, and a bit odd. She spends most of her time working at a craft store, watching supernatural TV shows, and reminiscing about old memories with her grandmother and her favorite horse. Sarah isn't very social and seems lost in her own world, but then, strange things start happening to her. She begins having dreams that feel incredibly real. In one, she finds herself in a white room with 2 other people. Some nights she sleepwalks and wakes up with scratches or itchy marks on her body. One time, her car goes missing and shows up somewhere else, and she has no memory of what happened. Gradually, Sarah starts to believe there's something extraterrestrial going on. She suspects aliens might be taking her or that something beyond normal understanding is happening to her. But the people around her think she's mentally unwell and begin to worry about her. She's eventually hospitalized in a psychiatric facility, but even after being released, she still believes there's something special inside her, something others just don't understand. Number 4, Crawl.
Hello, can anybody hear me? I'm trapped with my father in our house in Coral Lake.
This movie is about a girl named Haley who is a professional swimmer. One day, a powerful storm is approaching Florida. Everyone is evacuating, but Haley is worried about her dad because he's not answering her calls. She goes to their old house near the coast and finds her dad trapped and injured in the basement. But things get even worse, because as the water rises, several huge, aggressive alligators have made their way inside. Now Haley and her father have to fight to survive not only the storm and rising water but also the deadly alligators that could attack at any moment. The whole film is basically a survival story set in a terrifying and dangerous environment. Number 3, I Care a Lot.
You only just met me. There's two types of people in this world.
This movie is about a clever and cold-blooded woman named Marla. Her job is being a legal guardian. The court gives her the authority to take care of people who supposedly can't take care of themselves. But Marla is actually a professional con artist. She teams up with a doctor to falsely declare people as unfit to live independently. Then she becomes their guardian, puts them in nursing homes, and takes control of all their assets. Everything is going smoothly until she targets an elderly woman who seems harmless and alone, named Jennifer. But Jennifer is no ordinary old lady, she's actually the mother of a dangerous Russian gangster named Roman. From that point on, Marla finds herself in deep trouble, having messed with the wrong person. The conflict between her and Roman escalates, full of manipulation, violence, and mind games, as both of them are determined to win at any cost. The movie is darkly funny and bitter in tone. It shows how far some people are willing to go, even losing their humanity, just for money and power. Number 2, The Good Nurse.
He's been killing people without ever touching them.
This movie is about a nurse named Amy. She's a single mother with 2 kids, and she's seriously ill with a heart condition that could be fatal if she doesn't get surgery. But since her health insurance hasn't fully kicked in yet, she has to keep working day and night so she doesn't lose her coverage. One day, a new nurse named Charlie joins the ICU, and he becomes friends with Amy. Charlie seems like a calm and kind person, he even helps her out with taking care of her kids. But gradually, strange things start happening at the hospital. Patients who weren't supposed to die suddenly start dying. Amy begins to suspect that Charlie might be behind these mysterious deaths. She teams up with 2 detectives and starts investigating. Bit by bit, she discovers that substances like insulin and powerful drugs were injected into 4 bags, causing the deaths. This film is based on a true and dark story. If you're into psychological thrillers, especially ones inspired by real events, don't miss this movie. Number 1, The Weekend Away.
You didn't think we'd find out.
This movie is about a woman named Beth, a young mother who's feeling a bit worn out in her marriage. She decides to take a weekend trip to Croatia with her close friend Kate to get a change of scenery. Kate is super outgoing and wants to make the most of the trip, so she brings along 2 guys for them to have some fun with. But the next morning, Beth wakes up and realizes Kate is missing. She searches everywhere but can't find her, and she only has a few blurry memories from the night before. With the help of a taxi driver named Zane, someone she had met earlier, Beth starts looking for clues. Little by little, they realize that some things were off from the beginning. Meanwhile, the police don't trust Beth at all and even take her passport. Everything starts to spiral out of control, and it feels like the whole situation is turning against her. Well, friends, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.